श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम् ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तमा विद्विषावहै ओम शांति शांति शांतिः तद् एवं सर्वप्रकारेण आत्मनो अशोच्यत्वमुपादितम् अथ इदानीम् आत्मनो अशोच्यत्वे अपि भूतसङ्घातात्मकानि शरीराणि उद्दिश्य शोचामि इति अर्जुनाशङ्काम् अपनुदति भगवान्. So now तदेवं सर्वप्रकारेण आत्मनो अशोच्यत्वम् उपपादितम्. आत्मा, you have nothing to worry about atma in whichever way. If you accept atma to be non-eternal body or organ or your vital air, anything as atma or something which is embodied by body, even that if you accept atma to be non-eternal, still you don't have to be worried. You don't have to worry about atma. Now if you accept atma to be eternal, comparative eternal, there are two kinds of eternity. One is comparative eternity and there is another superlative eternity, meaning sapekshika, nirapekshika. This is what we use in Sanskrit. Sapekshika, comparative; nirapekshika, superlative. So if you accept the atma self to be comparative eternal, comparative eternality means from creation till the end of creation, or superlative. So let us first see comparative. If you accept the atma to be comparative, still you don't have to worry about the atma because it's going to be born again and again. There is no, you are not going to destroy it. If you accept it to be superlative, eternally eternal, still you don't have to worry about it because it's not going to be killed any which way. So there is no reason for you to worry about atma in whichever manner you see. You accept atma to be. So after saying that Ashocyatve, though it is, there is nothing to worry about Atma, there is no sorrow with respect to the Atma, but still Bhuta Sangatatmakani Sharirani Uddishya Shochami iti. Arjuna may say, no, I am not worried about Atma, I am worried about this body sense organ complex which these people are. We those say this person reached heaven, this person reached the abode of Shiva, etc. But still we worry about that person. If a person has reached the abode of Shiva or reached the abode of Vishnu, after death we don't say RIP. This is a new trend. Hindus also started using this. Now this is not what we say. We say he has reached the abode of Shiva, we reach the abode of Vishnu according to the Bhakti. Now, when you say he has reached the abode of Shiva, then why should you be worrying about him? So, there is no reason for you to worry about it. But we still worship the photo, etc. Though he may have taken another birth in some other place, in some other world, but still we worship this body, this sense organ complex, this image. So, similarly, this Dhritarashtra, this Duryodhana, this Acharya, Kripa, etc., or Bhishma Acharya, all these people in this body, they cannot be born again. So, I am worrying about not the self, I am worried about the body sense organ complex. If you say, taking this hint from his confusion, Bhagavan says, Shankam Apanudti, Bhagavan is removing that doubt also. Avyaktadini bhutani vyaktamadhyani bharata avyaktanidhanyeva tatraka paridevana. Avyaktadini bhutani vyaktamadhyani bharata avyaktanidhanani eva tatra ka paridevana. Avyaktadini bhutani, the elements. Bhutas means elements here, okay, not the ghost. Bhuta also means ghost in some language. Here bhuta is a element. So here bhutani means elements. Avyaktadini, elements or elemental, both are bhuta only. Both element and elemental are referred to as bhuta here. Okay, so avyaktadini, the element or elementals, both are avyaktadini, unmanifest. Avyakta generally means unmanifest. Vyaktamadhyani bharata, adi. Adini means in the beginning, First, Adi means Avyaktam Adi Yesham Te Avyaktadi. Avyakta is the first state for which that is called as Avyakta Adi. So, meaning in the first stage, the elements or elementals were unmanifest. Vyakta Madhyani, in the in between state, Vyakta, they take manifestation. Hey Bharata, not just that. Avyakta Nidhanani eva, and they merge in the Avyakta. They merge in the unmanifest state. They in the first stage they are unmanifest. In the middle they take manifestation, and in the end they become unmanifest again. Tatra ka paridevana. If this is the situation, why do you have to worry? No, I am not worried about the unmanifest state in the beginning or unmanifest state in the end, but I am worried about the manifest state in the middle, which becomes unmanifest. If you say, there is a logic of Buddhism, which is also taken in Mandukya Karika, or in Mandukya Karika, from Mandukya Karika, they are taken into Buddhism. Ādau antau yannāsti madhyepi tattatha. Ādau antau yannāsti madhyepi tattatha. In the beginning and the end, which does not have existence. In the middle also, it is the same. It doesn't have existence. So, based on that, if something is unmanifest in the beginning and unmanifest in the end, in the middle also it is unmanifest only, though it may seem to manifest. How? He says, Ādau. Ādau means in the beginning. Normally, Ādau is translated in the other places as a Srishtehe Prag, before the creation. Now here he says, Janmanaha Prag, before the manifestation of this body, before the birth of this body. Avyaktadini. Avyaktadini means Anupalabdhani. For Avyaktadini, Avyakta means unmanifest. This is what we translate, but not normally this is the meaning. But here he takes the direct meaning Anupalabdhani. They don't have existence. They are not unmanifest. They don't have existence. That is a very important meaning. We'll explain this. Bhutani, the elements. Prithvyadi Bhutani, Sharirani, Madhye, Sharirani. Bhutamayani Sharirani. The Prithvi, etc., the earth, etc., all the five elements, which is the cause for the body, the elemental. So, Madhye. Madhye means Janma Anantaram, after the birth. What happens? Maranat Prag, Maranat Prag, Vyaktani. After the birth and before the death, they take manifestation. Manifestation means Upalabdhani Santi. They are experienced, they are seen, they are perceived, they are existence. Okay? Nidhane punaha avyaktani eva bhavanti. And in the death, they again become avyakta, unmanifest, meaning non-existent. In the beginning they were non-existent, in the end also they become non-existent, in between they gain the existence. So, yatha swapnendra jalado pratibhasa matra jivanani shukti rupyadivat. Like yatha swapnendra jalado pratibhasa matra jivanani. This is a very important statement here. This commentary is very important. We said this in the beginning itself. This commentary is not Shravana Grantha. This commentary is Manana Grantha. You have to, for processing the scriptures which you have studied, this text is very useful. To reflect upon this text is very useful. So he says, Yatha Swapna Indrajalado, like in the Swapna, in the dream, or in the Indrajala, in the magic, etc., you see Pratibhasa Matra Jivanani. What do you see in the magic or in the dream? Pratibhasa Matra Jivanani. Pratibhasika Satta. We have explained three kinds of existence. One is the absolute existence, Paramarthika Satta. Second is Vyavaharika Satta, which is we explained it as permanently permanent, Paramarthika Satta, then Vyavaharika Satta is temporarily permanent, and Pratibhasika Satta to be temporarily temporary. So, all this, he is not beating around the bush, he is just coming direct to the point. He says, all these have only existence of temporary state. They don't have there is no Vyavaharika Satta. See, only when you are talking about Nana Jivavada, accepting multiple Jivas, you have to accept the Vyavaharika Satta. When you come to Eka Jivavada, when you accept one single Jiva to be the cause for everything, there is no need for multiple Satta. There is no need for any Vyavaharika existence. Like one you is the person who is the dreamer. In the dream, whatever you see exists in you. So you are the creation, you are the creator. So in that dream, you don't have to accept yourself and others to be Vyavaharika and all that. So this whole creation is my dream. This is why we see there is Eka Jivavada, there is Nana Jivavada. When you accept Nana Jivavada, when you accept multiple creation, you have to accept the creation of Ishvara and you being the experiencer of the creation. Therefore, we say Srishti Drishti Vada. Srishti means creation, Drishti means seeing. Ishvara creates and you see, you perceive. But when you go beyond this, when you mature, when after the maturing means mentally you become ready for the teaching, proper teaching. At that point of time, you are qualified to Eka Jiva Vada. Meaning there is only one Jiva, not multiple Jivas, individual selves. Only one individual self. And the dream of that one individual self is all this creation. That is what we call as a Drishti Srishti Vada. Drishti Srishti Vada means Drishti means perceiving, Srishti means creation. Your perception is creation. There is nothing called creation which you perceive. You perceive, therefore it exists. How can I see, therefore it exists? How can that be true? That is never possible. If you say that, he says, Shukti Rupyadivat, like the rope snake. Rope snake, you perceive, therefore it exists. It doesn't have any existence, therefore you see. No, never the rope snake has any existence. You see, therefore it has existence. That is why he says, Jnanat Pragurdham va Nastitani. Na Jnanad Prag Urdham va na Stitani. It doesn't have any existence before the knowledge or after the knowledge. It has existence only in the between. Srishti Abhyomat. He made it clear. We are talking about Drishti Vada and not Srishti Drishti Vada. Eka Jiva Vada. We are talking about not Nana Jiva Vada. Tatacha. Adavanto Yennati Vartamani Vitatata iti Nyayena Madhyebina Santyeva Etani. Okay. In the beginning it doesn't have existence, in the end it doesn't have existence, but in between it has existence, right? That is what I am worried about. If you say that also cannot be proper logic, because there is a logic which is set in Mandukya Karika, Adavanto Yennasti Vartamanebi Tattha. In the beginning that doesn't have existence, in the end that which doesn't have existence, in the middle also it should have this, it should have to be same, it should not have existence. Like the rope snake which you see doesn't exist before the knowledge, doesn't exist after the knowledge, it existed only during the period. Only the period when you are ignorant about the substratum rope. Only during that point of time it had existence. Once you had the knowledge of the rope, the snake doesn't have any existence. So that is why he says in the beginning if it doesn't have existence, in the end it doesn't have existence, in the middle also, like rope snake, it doesn't have any existence. Otherwise you will have to ask, where did this snake go? We don't search for the snake. We are not afraid of the snake anymore. So Madhyapi Nasado Vidyato Bhaviti Praguktescha, and Bhagavan himself said Nasado Vidyate Bhava Na Bhavo Vidyate Sataha Ubayopi Dushtontaha Aniyos Tattva Darshihi. So, nasato vidyate bhavaha, the non-existence doesn't have any existence. The existence cannot gain any non-existence. These two are very clearly understood by the people of knowledge. Their completion, their end is very clearly understood by their the knowledgeable ones. So, because of this also, that which didn't have any existence, that which is non-existent before the creation in the first state, and that which is non-existent in the final stage, cannot have any existence in between. Because existence cannot become non-existent, or non-existent cannot become existence. Therefore, this is the teaching. Evam sati, if this is the state. तत्र तेषु मिथ्या भूतेषु अत्यंत तुच्छेषु भूतेषु का परिदेवना को वा दुःख प्रलापो न कोपि उचित इत्यर्थः. If this is so, then in those things which are mithya means that is very clearly established here. Mithya means pratipannopadho traikalika nisheda pratiyogitvam. That is the definition for mithyatva. Pratipanna upadho, in whichever place you are seeing, in whichever association, in that very place, in that very association, in that very state, it doesn't have existence. You see, wherever you see, in that very place, in that very form, it doesn't have existence. That is what is mithya. Like rope snake. The snake which you perceive on the rope, it doesn't have existence, not in some other place, in that very rope, in that very association. So, he says, Mithya bhuteshu, atyanta tucheshu. Mithya bhuta, you should not, okay, there is a vyavaharika satya. In this way, you should not bring in this temporarily permanent state. Therefore, he says, tucheshu, atyanta tucheshu. Atyanta tucha means, alika means that which does not have existence in all the 3 periods of time. That which does not have existence in all the 3 periods of time is called as a tucha. Atyanta tucha. But I see the world, I experience it, there is a continuity. If you say you do see the rope snake, you do have gained the knowledge. No, I gain the knowledge, I gain the experience, there is a change in me. If this rope snake bites me, I don't have any problem. But if the real snake bites, there is problem. That is also not true. People might be afraid of being bitten by this rope snake, and because of the fear, that pressure shoots up and they die. And without even feeling that they are bitten by snake, they are calm. Their pressure doesn't shoot up. Therefore, the poison doesn't spread throughout the body. Therefore, they don't die. That's all. That also takes place. Now, when this is so, okay, if you don't understand, I'll give you a beautiful example. He says, okay. See, there is a story which kids listen to. A grandmother or a grandfather, he is explaining. Normally the grandmothers, they say these stories. So, there is a story. There are 2 people. One is a barren woman's son. The other is a pillar man. Pillar man means you see a pillar as a person. There is a mistake of seeing a pillar as a person, that pillar man. And second is this barren woman's son. Both of them wearing this the flower of sky. They call flower of sky, means that which does not have any existence. They go to this castle in the sky. They go to this castle in the sky. There they see a shop which is selling mother of pearl silver. They are both bargaining the rate for that mother of pearl silver. During the bargaining, these 2 people, the barren woman's son and the pillar man, they had a fight. The argument became violent. They started using mare's horn as weapon to kill each other. So, with mare's horn as a weapon, one killed the other. And the other, who is very much hurt now, was bitten by a rope snake. And he dies and they become ghost. Both of them become ghost. The story is very compelling and it is very beautiful. It's a complete story and we see everything in front of our eyes. It all happening in front of our eyes. But none of them is true. there is no barren woman's son possible, there is no pillar man possible. A. 2. They cannot wear this sky flower which does not have any existence. They cannot go to castle in sky which does not have any existence. They cannot go and bargain for this mother of pearl silver which does not have any existence. They cannot kill each other with a mare's horn which is not possible because it does not have existence. And this other person cannot be bitten by this rope snake because that also does not have any existence. And finally they turn into ghosts. We have seen that. So nothing has any existence in this story, but still we gain the experience, we understand the story. Similarly here he says mithya bhuteshu atyanta tucheshu. They have absolutely no existence. In that ka paridevana. After listening to the story, you cannot enjoy, you cannot be worried about one person or other. Therefore, ka paridevana. Why do you worry about? Why do you worry about means kava dukkha pralapaha. Why are you blabbering? Because of this sorrow. You are becoming insane because of this sorrow. So, na kopi uchita ityartha. There is no reason for it. That is the idea. Nahi swapne vividhan bandhun upalabhya pratibuddha tad vichedena shochati. Like you are sleeping, in the dream you see your relatives, and when you wake up you don't see those relatives. Because of that you are not worried about them. No one is worried about her. Prathakjanopi, not just you, the other people also, no one worries about people who have not, who don't have any existence, who are seen in the dream. Therefore, yatade uktam purane, this is what is said in Purana also. Adarshnaadapatitah punaschadarshnam gatah bhutasanga iti shesha. Adarshnaadapatitah punaschadarshnam gatah. It came from non-perception and again it entered the non-perception. Adarshnam means non-existence or non-perception, not seen, not visualized. Meaning doesn't have any existence. So it didn't have existence, it came from non-existence and it went into non-existence. Means what came from non-existence, what went into non-existence? Bhuta Sangaha, this whole elements, 5 elements, all that. Tathacha sharinani api uddishya shoko na uchitaha. See, since this is the situation of the body sense, this is the situation of the elements, the body sense organ complex which are from those elements, which are elementals, why should you be worried about them? If the element itself, the cause itself does not have any reality, why should you be worried about the effect? How can that effect have any reality? Akashadi Mahabhuta Abhiprayena va Shloko Yojjaha. You can interpret this shloka from the standpoint of the 5 elements. You don't have to go into elementals. How? He says avyaktam. Avyaktam means avyakritam. Avyakritam means avidya upahita chaitanyam. Avyakta means unmanifest. Avyakrita means also unmanifest. Meaning which is unmanifest? Unmanifest means avidya upahita chaitanyam. Avidya upadhi yukta chaitanyam. Upahita means upadhi yukta. That which is having the embodiment of ignorance. That consciousness which is embodied by ignorance. That is avidya upahita chaitanyam. That is the unmanifest state. Okay? Pragavastha yesham tani. So, the avidya, the causal avidya is the avidya itself cannot come into existence. Therefore, it should be associated with the consciousness. That is why he says avidya upahita chaitanyam. Now, the consciousness which has embodiment of avidya, that pragavastha yesham, that is the first stage, the previous stage for which tani, for those elements, tatha vyaktam namarupabhyam eva avidyakabhyam prakatibhutam. And that became manifest. Manifest as what? As names and forms. And that names and forms also don't have any existence. They are also having the same qualities of cause, which is avidya. They are also avidya, non-existent. The cause is non-existent. Non-existent associated consciousness, and the effect also will be non-existent associated consciousness. Therefore, prakati bhutam natu svena paramartha sattatmana. It doesn't have absolute reality. It doesn't have absolute existence. It is also non-existence. Madhyam, Sthiti, Avastha, Yesham, Tadrishani, Bhutani, Akashadini. So, in between that which has the existence as though, meaning as name and form, that existence not absolute reality, it is also non-existent existence, as though it has gained existence. Avyakta nidhani eva avyakte swakarane mrudi. And it merges in the avyakta itself. It merges in that avidya itself, which is the cause. Why? Because the effect merges in the cause. That is the rule. That is why he says mrudi eva ghatadina midhanam. See, cause, effect. There are two things. In cause, there are two causes. One is a material cause. The other is a instrumental cause. When you destroy the effect, it does not merge in the instrumental cause. If the instrumental cause gets destroyed, nothing happens to the effect. But if you destroy the effect, it merges in the material cause. If you destroy the material cause, there cannot be any effect. So, the material cause from which the name and form of pot etc. came into existence, when you destroy that name and form, it merges in the material cause of clay. That is why he says, Shruti says, Mrudeva Satyam, clay is the truth. That cause is the truth. So, Mrudeva Gatadina, Nidhanam Pralayo Yesham. Like the pot, that which merges in the clay, similarly, this everything, whole creation merges in which teshu bhuteshu ka paridevana, with respect to those elements which as though have existence in between. Why should you be worried about? Why should you blabber about that? Tathacha iti purvata. That's how you have to understand, like the earlier state. Tathacha Shruti. Shruti also says very clearly this. Tadhedam darhya vyagratam asir tan nam rupabhyam eva vyakryate iti. So, ityadi. Tadha idam. Tad idam. That is what it should be. But tadha idam. The Shruti says tadha idam. Ha means the Shruti is remembering. Yeah. What happened is, yes, true. This whatever you see, which is unmanifest, it came from unmanifest. It was unmanifest only in the beginning. And later, it manifested itself as names and forms. So, in this way, ityadi, avyakta upadanatam sarvasya prapanchas darshati. In this way, the Shruti very clearly says the whole creation, sarvasya prapanchas, the whole creation has come into existence from that avyakta. Avyakta, avyakrita or avidya, all are same. They are all synonymous. Okay? So, everything came from that ignorance only. Layasthanatvam tu tasya artha siddham karanam eva karyalayasya darshanat. But it may merge in something else. No. If it comes from the ignorance, if it exists in the ignorance, then it should merge in the ignorance only. Because the effect always merges in the cause. This is how you see in every other place. Granthantre tu istara. In other text you can see detail of this in logical text or in other Vedanta text which discusses about the cause effect relationship. There you can see this whole explanation. Tathacha ajnana kalpitattvena tuchchani akashadi bhutani api uddishya shoka na uchitah. So therefore this ajnana kalpita, this whole thing which is a manifestation of ignorance, these elements, with reference to these elements also, there is no need for any sorrow. Chet tad karyani uddishya na uchita iti kimu vaktavyam. If you don't have to worry about these elements itself, then should we even say that there is no need for worry about the elementals? There is no need. That is the idea. Athava. Or sarvada desham avyakta rupena vidyamanatvad vichcheda abhavena tannimitta pralapana uchitah. Or you can say, see, it was a non-existence, in between it is non-existence, and in later portion also it becomes non-existent only. So it is non-existent in all the three periods of time, or it is unmanifest in all the three periods of time. Therefore, there is no change. Therefore, you don't have to worry about that for this reason. Bharata iti anena sambodhen Shuddha Vamshodbhavatvena Shastriyamartham Prativattam Arhosi Kimiti Na Pratipadyasi iti ucheti. So Mahabaho, yes, earlier in this previous shloka he said Mahabaho, one with very broad shoulders, man of valor. Now he says Bharata, hey Bharata. Why is he calling him Bharata? Bharata means the son of from the scion of Bharata. You have to remember your tradition, lineage. In your lineage, every one of them were very great. They have achieved a very great stage and they were very knowledgeable. You, Shuddha Vamshodbhavena, you are from that pure lineage. You are pure blood. When you are so, Shastriyamartham Pratipatam Arhasi, you are capable of understanding, when you are capable of understanding the truth of the Shastra, Kimiti na Pratipatise, why are you not able to do it? That is the question. He is taunting him with this word Bharata. Now, Arjuna reciprocates with a beautiful answer. Vidvam sopi, Nanu is Arjuna's doubter. Vidvam sopi bahavaha shochanti tatkim mam eva punar evam upalavati. Why are you shouting at me? Even the great knowledgeable ones, even the great learned ones, not knowledgeable, the learned ones, they also worry about these things. You are singling me out. Why do you do that? Because see, there is a great learned man. He, after giving lectures, when he comes back to the house, he says, even after giving lecture on great Vedantic text, when I enter the house, I see the chair in which my late wife used to sit, waiting for me. So, that worry doesn't go off. Even for these learned men, I am not learned like them. Why are you singling me out? Not just that, Anyacha, there is another reason. I am not saying that the problem solely belongs to me. There is another reason for my acquisition. What is that? He says, Vaktureva hi tajjadyam shrota yatra na buddhyate. Vaktureva tajjadyam, the inertness, the stupidness is of the speaker if the listener does not understand. Okay, you are playing a very good music, and if I don't understand, if I am not able to appreciate it, it is not because I am an idiot I don't have the ear for music. That is not the only reason. The reason, even things, even reciprocate for music, good music. Even the cows, cattle, etc., which does not have any sense of notes or beats, they reciprocate for music. If that is the case, I am a human being. You should give some little benefit or doubt about my intelligence. When you play some music and I don't understand, then it is not my problem, it is your problem. Similarly, here he says, Vaktureva Tadjadyam. If I am not understanding, it is not a problem with me, it is a problem with you who is not able to make me understand, see the truth. That is your problem. So, don't single me out. Iti nyaya, based on this logic, tvadu vachana artha pratipatirapi mama nadosha. If I don't understand, that also is not defect. If you say something and if I don't understand, it is not a defect on me. Tatra anyeshamapi tada eva atma aparignanadeva shokaha atma pratipadaka shastrartha aparipatischa tavapi anyeshamiva so ashaya doshaditi. Now, nanu iti na dosha, till that he is doubting it. Now, Bhagavan says, tatra anyeshamapi. In this, with reference to the others also, Tava iva, like you, Atma Aparijnana Deva Shoka. The learned ones also are worried because of not understanding what self is. If they understand what self is, there is no question of a shoka or moha. Tatra ko moha, ka shoka hai ekattamanu pashyataha. What is the reason for a cause for any shoka or moha? What is the cause for any sorrow or delusion when he sees one non-dual self? When this is the situation, Atma Pradipadaka Shastrartha Apratipatishcha. And I am teaching you that Shastra you are not able to understand. You are not able to understand what the self is. You are not able to understand the teaching. This reason for this, for you and others is Tatsapi Anyeshamiva. Like the others, the reason is Swa Ashaya Doshaditi. Swa Ashaya Dosha, because of the Ashaya, the defect of Ashaya. Remember this word Ashaya. Ashaya means Vasana. Vasana means Samskara, means thought imprints. Ashaya means thought imprints. Ashaya means A Phala Vipakat Chitta Bhumau Sherate. A Phala Vipakat Chitta Bhumau Sherate means till the results are not gained, you will be put in the state of ignorance. You are immersed in the ignorance. Because of that thought impression, he says, Tava Atma Parijnana Deva Shoka. You also don't understand the truth. You are not able to. The thought imprints become an obstacle. That is why we should be very, very particular about what we receive through our sense organs. Whichever sense organs it may be, your ear, your eye, your touch, your sense organ of taste, smell, whatever it may be. So, you have to be very particular what to receive and what not to receive. Because you receive the wrong thought imprints, wrong thoughts, wrong ideas, wrong knowledge, it becomes thought imprint and it becomes an obstacle for the knowledge. Nowhere you can gain knowledge with those thought imprints. Therefore he says, Na ukta dosha dvayamiti abhipretya. So, therefore, these two defects don't fit in here. With reference to this, Atmano Durvegnyetama, this defect is not because of you. This self is something like that. It is very difficult to understand the self, and that is because you are not ready for it. Your thought imprints are not allowing you to understand it. The thought imprints are becoming obstacle for that understanding. That is why. So to say that, Bhagavan says, Ascharyavat paschati kaschidenam, Ascharyavat padati kastataiva chanyah, Ascharyavat chainam anyashnoti, Shutvapyenam vedana chaiva kaschit. There is a similar shloka, Ascharyavat paschati kaschidenam. There is a similar shloka in Kathopanishad. Many of the shlokas seen here are seen in Kathopanishad. So, Ascharyavat paschati kaschidenam. Some people, they are surprised. They are seeing this, they are surprised. Seeing this self, they are surprised. Aho bata, aho maha, aho punyam, like that. They are surprised. Or in Taittiriya Upanishad, oh ha, vu ha, ooh. That is out of joy. They are surprised. They are out of joy. They are crying. Ascharyavat vadati tathaiva chanyah. And another person, he is speaking about the self with so much of surprise. Ascharyavat chainam anyashrunoti. Some other person, he is listening to with this with great surprise. Shrutvapi enam vedana chaiva kaschit. But still, even after listening to this surprising truth, no one is able to understand because of that thought imprints. We will see this. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.